Hello, everyone. Welcome in and happy weekend. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody is having a great weekend so far. I feel like I'm like sandwiched in here with our background and the tree, and it's just like coming in from everywhere. But yeah, we're super excited to be here. It is me solo again on my end. I'm going to have some guests with me, which is so great, and I'm so thankful for it. Heidi is currently busy. She may pop in towards the end of the stream. I'm honestly not too sure. I'm going to have to briefly leave, like to walk just out for 2 seconds to unlock the door because she forgot a key. So could be some chaos going on, but nonetheless, I thank you so much for being here. If you are watching the stream right now, please like it if you can. It really helps us out so much, and subscribe if you're new to our channel. We do live streams quite often and have lots of other content on our channel. Be sure to play along in the comments down below. And if you're watching the stream afterwards, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for watching the stream. Before I bring in our guests, I just wanted to say that we are going to be doing one more stream, I think, in December, and we'll touch on that towards the end of this stream, and we'll talk about some videos to come on our channel. But our guests for today are the people who just always save me, help me, do everything for me, and I just can't thank them enough. They are just the absolute best. Haley and Tommy from Magically Mickey and More. Welcome, guys.
Hello. Thanks for having us on again.
Yes.
Oh, like anytime. Like I've said before, anytime. And I was just like, when you guys in the chat last time were like, well, come on. I'm like I feel bad. It's like that, like we always have this like back and forth, me and Haley and Tommy, about like I want to ask them, they probably want to come on, and then we both just kind of feel bad about it. So, but I'm glad that
we feel bad asking because we feel like we're intruding. You feel like bad asking because you feel like you're imposing, and none of it's true.
Exactly. Well, I'm glad that you're here nonetheless. I'll welcome in everybody who's in here. Steve, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Nicole is here. Happy holidays, everyone. Yeah, feeling super festive on our end. I can see Haley's got her awesome little sweater going on. And happy travel vlogs. Hello, and thank you so much for being here. So before we start, Haley, tell me what's new. Like, what have you guys been up to? You guys went to Disney sort of recently, but what else is going on?
We went to Disney just a little bit ago. 2 weeks ago?
2-3 weeks ago, yeah.
We did the Christmas party, which was awesome.
Yep.
And then we're going back to Disney unexpectedly next weekend. So we're going to do Festival of the Holidays, which we didn't think we were going to get to do this year.
Yeah, nice little surprise treat at the end of the year. So
that's amazing. Well, so fun. So stay tuned to their like account that's on Instagram.
Definitely on Instagram.
Their YouTube,
we're 42 days away from our wedding, so we've been a little wrapped up with that. So hopefully post-wedding, when everything settles, we will have some honeymoon vlogs out.
Yes.
We're going to the West Coast, so we'll get to see there. And that's what...
Yeah. To be determined.
Hopefully we'll get them out there.
No, but yeah, stay tuned for all that stuff. And like I said, follow them on Instagram and on YouTube because they're just like our best friends and they post awesome stuff. And you can see like all of the cool stuff. They try some food, have some fun, and they're honestly just like the funniest people. So they always like throw in some comedy in there that's either like intentional or not intentional, but it's always funny. Yeah, exactly. So we are going to first, before we start with this live stream, we're going to talk about the other 2 episodes that we did where we ranked attractions. I'll just pull them up briefly because we're going to rank across all of the parks. So we need to kind of have like a baseline for what are some of the heavy hitters. So I'm going to pull that up right now. If I can. Where is it? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out all of my screens because what happens is sometimes with the double monitor, things are kind of funky sometimes. So we're going to introduce the stream this way, and then we will go into the last episodes. So today we're going to rank EPCOT, as you know from the title, as I've said multiple times. But here is the first ranking that we did, which was EPCOT. So I'll save you the trouble of watching the stream. If you want to, you can go check it out. But here is our ranking. We had a nothing in the F tier, and then we had 1 in the S tier, and everything else kind of falling in between, lots in that A and B tier. So a lot of good attractions at Animal Kingdom. And as always, everybody who's here can play along in the chat below, and you can put your rankings in there for what you feel help us decide, because it'll be a vote weighted with everybody's votes. And then the last ranking that we did was Hollywood Studios. This one I felt like is more even, like it's pretty distributed, pretty good. We had some S tiers. We had one in the F tier, which was the Star Wars launch bay, and then kind of everything else just falling in between. I think EPCOT is a very hard one because there's lots of shows and things to fill out, like World Showcase. So we'll see how that goes. But those are our last rankings, which is kind of a benchmark for what we're going to be doing today. And now we're going to get into EPCOT. I just got to pull up the tier list. So if you're new, we do a tier list, and we will rank all of them, and I'll pull them up so you can see all of the pictures and where they fit into the tier list, and we'll talk about each one, and we'll go through them. Some of them, to be honest, I haven't done and haven't watched, so we'll see. Maybe Haley and Tommy can save me with that one, or some people down below in the chat can help us out. I also want to say that we put our Christmas tree up, and I'm going to share like a video that's on Instagram, but Haley and Tommy sent us, or sorry, not sent us, they had ornaments for us at Disney last year, and they are proudly on the tree. You can see the one from Haley. So we're excited about that. We'll show that tree off on Instagram. Okay. Shall we do this?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
So our first attraction, we're just going to go in order of kind of how they appeared here, is, oh, actually, before I do that, I'm going to introduce the tiers and what they mean so that everybody knows. The S tier will be like the best of the best. So attractions that are perfect or near perfect, things that we think are like Disney World's top tier attractions. A tier would be pretty close to S. There are some flaws that just like don't make it quite that S tier. B and C are pretty average, so we can stick things in there that we think are sort of average. Maybe B's a little bit more, C's a little bit less. D attractions would be things that can stay, but they're borderline to leaving, that we want them to be gone. And then F tier would be something that's just like, get it out of here, don't need it, got to put something else in there. You can think logically or just think, I hate it, so get it out of here, whatever. But we're going to go through all these, and then we'll kind of put each attraction into the tier list. For some of these parks, like for example, on this one, we're going to rank Meeting Elsa and Anna, because that's like an attraction that has a wait time that you can book a Lightning Lane for and be in there. Same thing, Harmonious is the nighttime show. We're going to rank those nighttime shows, but I just, so that we're clear with the characters, I didn't put all the characters because some of them are just random, like Alice and stuff that you walk up and meet. But we're going to do the one for Elsa and Anna. Emily, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. And Nicole says, Rise of the Resistance isn't a league of its own. It's more than a ride. It is an experience. You are right. Hopefully we get more of those to come with Disney attractions. So if everything looks good, we're going to move on to Turtle Talk with Crush, which I haven't done in a very, very long time. I feel like it'd be funny to go and do as like an adult, because I did it like once as a kid. But I haven't done it since then. So I don't know like if things have updated or changed. But for me, I would say Turtle Talk with Crush is maybe B or a C. I don't know if you guys are on the same kind of wavelength as me or where you guys would put it. What do you guys think?
That's definitely not one that's on our must do, since considering we have not done it like in years, if ever, together.
Yeah,
I think we've done it one time.
Yeah. I feel like it has like a ceiling of like a B. Like just
I
being
agree.
what it is, like fair or not, like I feel it can only go so high. Like I don't really think it gets much higher than B. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever done it, but
yeah, I would probably, if I were to just be doing my own list, I would probably hit it with a C.
I would agree.
So I think if they like overlaid it the way they do Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, that it could raise up. Like if they threw some holiday stuff in there, that would be fun. But
yeah, I've seen some funny clips on the internet. But yeah, I don't know. I think C sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Haley and Tommy, we got 2 votes for a C. I would say that I'll also give it a C, only because I haven't done it since I was a kid, and I feel like anything that's in like an S, A, or B like would be things that I would have to do. And since I haven't done it like in a very long time, I'm gonna put it in C. I'm sure it's awesome for kids. I feel like if you were bringing kids, it would be higher for you, because I'm sure that kids love it, have a fun time. But it's one that I think that we definitely have to go back and try once again. So I'm going to give it a C also. Nicole says C or B. Happy Travel Vlog says B. My kids loved it when they were small.
I can totally see that too, like as a a parent with kids and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Kaylee, welcome in. Thanks for being here. She says, I would give it a B. And Karen, welcome. Thank you for being here. She says, love this, especially seeing kids' unexpected questions and precious quick responses, C tier. So I think that we're all kind of in agreement that it's kind of around that BC range, which is good. Like I said, I feel like if you had kids, it'd be so fun. And I'm sure as an adult, if they did pick you, I've always wanted to be picked on Laugh Floor. So I feel like it'd be cool if you get to ask a question. But we then will put as an average Turtle Talk with Crush in the C tier level for these attractions. The next one is Beauty and the Beast Sing Along, which I have never done. So I have a hard time ranking this one. It is a newer show that's in the France Pavilion. I think it debuted maybe just before COVID, I think, or after or during, but somewhere kind of in these last few years. So Haley, what do you think? Have you guys done this one before?
We have not. We haven't done this one before. I feel like we always end up in the France Pavilion when this show has just started.
Yeah.
And so I think it's something that if we had walked up and it was loading, we would go in. But we've never really had the need to do it. And I feel like the live show in Hollywood Studios would outweigh it anyway.
For sure.
So I don't know that it's something that we would feel like we need to do.
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like I'm in that C- to D range, anything from a low C to a D, I feel like is where I'm at. I honestly don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's just playing the songs to Beauty and the Beast. I feel like this one, to me, sort of seems comparable to Frozen, the show that's at Hollywood Studios. But for that one, there's the live actors that make it more funny, and they come out on stage and stuff. So I'm gonna give it a D, only because I think it's probably less than Turtle Talk with Crush. But yeah,
I agree, and I think that's the vibe I'm getting, is that it's kind of just a a screen with the words, and then it bounces along, and the kids can sing along. But maybe I'm wrong. But if that's the case, I would also give it a D.
Yeah, I think it probably has its merits. I'm sure it's a fun enough time, but when you're sort of stacking it up against the other things at EPCOT, I think D is probably fair.
Okay, so myself, Haley, and Tommy give it a D. Again, coming from people who have never experienced this before.
We're harsh critics for somebody who's never been on.
We're we've never done it, but it stinks. Nicole says a C. Happy Travel Vlog says never done, C or D. Karen says not done this, but expect it to be a nice show for some rest. C tier. Yeah. Kaylee says, I would give it a B. I think it's really cute and really funny. There we go. So maybe there's some added elements. Maybe I know that when I looked it up to make my tier list, there was pictures of LeFou and stuff. So maybe he kind of adds an element. Nicole says a D tier. So I think the consensus is we're going to stick Beauty and the Beast, the sing-along, in the D tier. Hopefully one day we'll get to experience it. But Tommy said, when you stack it up to other things, there's just not enough time to do everything. And unfortunately, Beauty and the Beast.
We'll put an asterisk next to it, and if we
we'll go this weekend
and have a blast, then we'll have to make retroactively move it up.
Yes, everybody's gonna look on Instagram through your busy schedule trying to find time this sing along. Okay, another show, Canada Far and Wide, which, being Canadian, I've never done this either, and I think that's just on the level that I don't ever feel like I need to do it, because I know what Canada actually looks like, and maybe they don't show what it actually looks like, or they do. I don't really know. I don't know anything about it. So I'm also I feel like what's hard about these shows is I want to give them F to get them out of here, but what do you put instead of them?
Right.
In the pavilion?
It's not a space where you could put an actual attraction in.
Right.
So it's got to be kind of a space filler that doesn't require any more space.
Exactly. Because for example, if you got rid of the Beauty and the Beast, sing along, and you could put an attraction there, but there's no room. Right. So that's kind of where we fall into that trap of sticking it with the F. But Kaylee says that the show is based on LeFou's perspective.
Oh, that's a fun twist. Yeah, that's a fun twist.
There we go. Nicole says that Canada Far and Wide is a D, makes me dizzy.
So I think that answers the question. I was going to ask if it was also the circular vision.
And it is. Who's the narrator now?
The Eugene Levy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I really like him.
Yeah. My big issue with those is that you have to stand, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're going to watch a show, part of the incentive to do that is to sit down in
Yep.
air conditioning. You get
For
air
sure.
conditioning, but standing up, it's tough.
Yeah. I'm honestly like, I'm in that F range because I think that clearly like people don't do it. And if a Canadian won't even go do it, I feel like I don't know. I don't know. Karen says that she'll give it a D, never done it, no interest, in shows about the countries. D tier. Kaylee said that she would give it a C tier. Kaylee's nicer than us, and she's kind of given everything that little bump, which I appreciate. Happy travel vlogs. Oh, geez, I've seen it once in 2005. I can't remember much. I'll give it a D. It used to be voiced or like narrated by Martin Short, who was like Jack Frost in the stinky Santa Claus movie that Haley last time. I don't know. What do you guys think in terms of a rating? Where do you want to stick it? I won't be offended.
No, I think it's tough because, like you said, like what do you put there instead? Like I guess it's better to have something, but I mean, I can't imagine more than 5 or 7 people in there at any showing. So like it's kind of a waste of space. And I feel like if you could put something in there, even if it was like you made a couple shorts that were based in Canada or something like that, or like Nat Geo started adding things in, since now that's like a Disney owned property kind of thing.
That's what I don't really have a ton of interest from the outset in shows about the countries either. Like there's never a point where I'm, walking around and be like, oh, wow, I really want to. But if you got me in there, I think I'd be like, oh, like this Canadian nature is really pretty. But yeah, it is like, I don't know.
It does. The experience doesn't change.
Yeah, there's no repeat value really.
So I may, because of the standing aspect, I may go with get it.
I would agree. Honestly, I just think like I've never done it and I don't have any interest like to go and do it. So to me, like there's got to be something better. Like I understand that you want to bring people in and show them Canada, like in terms of, oh, this is what Canada's like, but there's got to be like a fun way, even if it's like adding like Disney characters, like May from Turning Red, showing you Toronto.
Yeah, exactly.
Like and different things, right?
Well, and that's why you could even like just make a couple like shorts with May based in Toronto and show those on like different rotating schedules there.
Yeah, or adding some story to it, some sort of like, I don't know, like a little bit of oomph, a little bit of like,
all of the countries like stories seem so old. Like in a time where you can't like go on the internet and see like everything that Canada has. Like you now can like you can see everything every country can offer you without experiencing it. So having to do that in a big Circle Vision theater is it has a couple decades.
It has like show times too, right? Like you have to like wait around and wait for it to start.
Yeah.
Even if it was continuous, like I think there'd be a little bit more value to that. Be like, oh, it's really hot out. I'll pop in, watch, 10 minutes of the show and come back out. But if you have to like wait around for it to start and then, you feel like you have to wait for the whole like show. I don't know.
I'm like, I'm in agreement. I think it's an F tier because I just have no interest. And I feel like there's gotta be like some stuff in the F tier, maybe like in my opinion. And I feel like that has to be one of them. I just don't think that it stacks up because like if everybody's saying that Beauty and the Beast is kind of fun, I think that it can't be on the same level because it's
for sure not.
Denise, welcome in and thanks for being here. So we are going to stick Canada far and wide because I think that we have D, D, C, and D, and then our 3 Fs. So I think that has to outweigh it down and is going to bring Canada far and wide down to the F tier. I feel like I'm like hurting.
I don't know that anybody's fighting for that one though. So
no. So hopefully that I can still be Canadian. And even if I stuck that there. Okay, we're going to move on to something that's a bit heavier because Elsa and on a meet and greet's not going to do it for me after Canada far and wide. We are going to do the Seas with Nemo and Friends. I feel like is an interesting one. I think that one's kind of like tough to rank for some people. So what do you guys think? The Seas with Nemo and Friends.
I like the Seas with Nemo and Friends.
Yeah, I like it too.
I wish the queue was like shorter. I wish it was shorter because it takes a long time when there's no one in there. But I like that there's never a wait. You go on, you sit, the story's cute, and then you end up in to see like when you when they project the characters in the aquarium. I really love it.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just like it. Like I think that it's very like EPCOT, but it also has that Disney stuff. So I would say I don't think it's an A because I think there's other things on here that I'd put A, but I would put it in a B. I think it's for sure.
I would go with
B. For sure a B.
Yeah, I think if there's a little bit more like puppetry and sort of physical stuff, like the jellyfish room is awesome. The stuff with the anglerfish is really cool.
Yeah, the sharks.
I think if it was all that, the sharks. I think if it was all that, it would get maybe scratch that A tier. But with the amount of projections, it's a nice ride. Like we both like it a lot, but I don't know if it hits those highs that like an A tier level ride should hit.
Yeah, I wouldn't wait 45 minutes for it, but I'll walk on every time.
Yeah,
for sure. I would agree. So I think we're all, we're like in agreement with a B tier. Nicole says C tier. Karen says this show is great, very unique, B tier. Kaylee says I would give it A. I love the Seas with Nemo and Friends. And Happy Travel Vlog says we like it, and she'll give it a B tier. So I think that we're all kind of in that realm, which is good. I think we're not offending anybody so far. Yeah. Maybe there'll be some that we all differ, but I think the Seas with Nemo and Friends, for now, we are going to put that, because I don't think anybody else has voted, is going to go in the B tier. So right now we're pretty evenly distributed, which I appreciate.
Yeah, nice spread. Yeah.
Okay, next up, we are going to do Mission Space, which is another attraction. It is one that I will not do. I just
Haley
can't.
and I are on the same team here.
Me and Haley can't do it. I don't know, just like either version, I just can't do. Oh, Michelle, welcome in here. Is your vote B tier for Mission Space or for the Seas with Nemo and Friends? Because if it's B tier, you're right on the money, my friend. And if it's Mission Space, maybe it is a B tier.
Probably on his money, off mine. F.
F tier. Okay, so oh wow, Nicole says F tier.
Happy feelings about this right here.
And Kaylee says F. I pretend it doesn't exist. Happy Travel Vlogs. F. Did it once and never again. Reese, welcome in. Thanks for being here. A. Oh, sorry.
A big F.
Big F for Mission Space. I was gonna say, wow, that's a pretty drastic turn of events. So a lot of F tiers. Denise says, I've never been to EPCOT, so have to just sit back and watch while also watching the telethon. Brandon knows what I'm talking about. I do. I'm so happy that you're watching the Christmas telethon. That was always like a staple for my family this weekend, which was really, really awesome. We did the Santa Claus parade today that's down here in Hamilton, so that was really fun. Karen says, this makes me sick, but understand others would appreciate it as a ride. D tier. What do you think, Haley? Let us know.
I don't think I can remove it because I do think a lot of people like it, and I could see like little kids, like as soon as they're old enough and big enough to ride it, like really getting into it. So I think I could put it in D. I don't think I have the heart to put it in F. But I will not. You won't catch me on that ride.
Me neither. Never. Not a chance.
I used to have a really high opinion of it, like in my as my childhood brain remembered it really fondly.
Yeah.
And I rode it again with Heidi this past trip in June, and was definitely underwhelmed. It took a while to get on, which impacted the experience a lot. I think the actual ride is still pretty good, but compared to sort of when you sort of stack it up against other stuff and sort of what it has to offer, even the orange, I don't think gets much higher than a C. So I would totally, and if it makes you sick, then it would be an awful experience. So I'm fortunate enough that it doesn't make me sick, and I still don't like it that much. So.
All right. So Haley's going to D. Tommy's going with a C, I guess. A C tier.
Yeah, but I don't feel strongly about that. So we can jump down if we need to.
Michelle says the C's. Okay, she was talking about that. And an F for Mission Space. I like the thought behind it, but no. Okay. I also with Haley don't think that I can give it like an F because I feel like it adds something. It's a cool concept, I guess. But I just will not go on it. Like there's not a chance. I feel like I'd be sitting in there with that thing like right to my face, and I would just be like, get me out of this thing. There's not a chance. So I'm also going to stick it in a D. Christy, welcome in. Thanks for being here. She's going to say a D. So I honestly feel like though, like what do you
I don't know that his 1C outweighs all those F's though.
No,
I know.
I think, I don't think
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 F's, 2 D's and a C. That's an F tier.
Yeah.
Yep.
The people have spoken.
Sure. Yeah.
So you guys have all spoken. I'm going to put it, I guess, is it better than Canada Far and Wide?
I mean, at least it's thrilling.
Yeah.
Like
So
maybe you get a little bit different experience every time. Canada Farm Wide's the same thing, and you have to stand. So
let's do that. There we go. Christy says not as fun as you'd think. There we go. So on that note, we will go to living with the land, which is also something kind of interesting. I feel like it's very EPCOT. I feel like it's cool. They have like the holiday overlay. But it's one that I don't think we did our last trip in June. Did we do living with the land?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think there was like an oddly long line, and it doesn't have like a lightning lane ability because there's usually not.
Right.
I think we went down there into the land, and it was like fully packed.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And also, we're gonna judge all these based on no wait, but I still think that it could, like maybe not affect, because I feel like for me, I just think that it's a C tier. Because like I said before, like anything that's in like the S, A, and B, like I have to do if I'm there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that like mean to put living with the land?
No, if the whole ride was where you go through like the actual plants,
yeah,
I would give it an A.
For sure.
The part where you go through and it's like just stage on the left with those weird screens makes me so irrationally upset. Like in there, like, I hate being in that room. And then even the part that should be fun, like the farm with the rooster and all of that, no interest. Yeah. If it was just the part with like actual plants when you're in the little like bubble the whole time, I would give it an A. But I think without it, I have to give it a C.
Yeah, I know a lot of people feel very strongly and really enjoy it. I know it's a lot of people's like favorite ride at all of EPCOT. I think I'm usually excited for it, and then when I get on, sort of, even by the time we get to the vegetables, I'm just like, yeah, like this is interesting, but
I'm done.
Yeah, like it feels like you're in biology class sometimes or something like that. And I get the merits of it, but
I like the holiday overlay, so that is a redeeming quality, but it's only for like 2 months out of the year.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I think like this is the comment here that I feel in my head. Oh, sorry. Christy's comment. C, good, but not a must do. Sorry to anyone that disagrees, because I feel bad. I think this is a ride that people like. It's very EPCOT. And I think that people like if they said they're going to get rid of this, people would riot and be upset about it, because it is something that people absolutely love. So yeah, I don't know. Nicole says A. Karen says, nice ride for some rest, but boring to me. D tier. Michelle says, I love living with the land. A+. Christy, like I said, is going to give it a C. Reese says it was a lovely ride to take a nap on after a long day, but a D. Christy says better the first time than as a repeat. Kaylee, I'm going to give it an A. I have to go on it every time that I go. Happy Travel Vlog says C for us. I do want to see it during Christmas. And Nicole says it's a must do for her. So we are all over the board with living with the land, which just goes to show that attraction preferences are very, very different. And if you're just joining us, welcome. I see that the numbers going up. So thanks to everybody who's in here. Hopefully you can play along in the chat. We are ranking attractions at EPCOT. And we're going to right now rank living with the land. If you're in here, be sure to like the stream. Heidi's also on her way home, so she may join us for the second half. And if you miss at the beginning, I am just going to have to pop out for 2 seconds and run to the door, unlock the door, because Heidi forgot her keys, so Haley and Tommy will cover for me while I leave. Sorry, that was a big tongue twister for no reason. But this one, I think we're all over, so I'm gonna have a hard time doing the maths on this one.
Yeah, it seems like it was probably averaging to a B. There were some D's, some B's, and then some A's.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that those A's kind of make it more of a B level. So living with the land, where am I at? Right here. We're gonna put it in the B tier, which is right on the line with the C's with Nemo and Friends. Hopefully that doesn't offend anybody, and if it does, we apologize, because I know that people love living with the land. We are going to move on, and let's just get them out of the way. We're going to rank Meeting Elsa and Anna at the Royal Summer House.
Yep.
And I put this one in here, like I said before, like at the beginning, as one for this list, because there is a wait time. You can do Lightning Lane, and it's a character thing that meets all day. There's no specific time. So I know that we do this every time that we go. I think that the interest for Heidi has declined, because I think that Heidi, when we go, she always feels like she has to be the one to talk to Elsa and Anna. She likes Frozen, but I feel like it depends on the character that you get every time. And I'm gonna like rank this based on other princess meet and greets I think that we've had and who I would rather meet. So I think that this for me is like a C tier, like at best. I think it's kind of just an average one. I think that the personalities of Elsa and Anna as characters maybe aren't the most fun for meet and greets. I would say Anna more than Elsa.
Yeah.
But I do like to do character meet and greets, but I just don't think it's on the same level. For example, as like meeting a Tiana or Rapunzel, who kind of are more bubbly, who I like. So I would say it's a C tier.
Yeah, I would probably go with C at my absolute highest. We are not face character meet and greeters. I don't know. The interactions are just a little uncomfortable for me sometimes. Like as a grown up, I'm like, I know that you just want me to like kind of move on. So like, let's just take this picture. And I think that the fact that it's the box photo in there, so it's just taking photos the whole time. I think it's hard to get a really good picture as well, because like with the photo pass, they can like move you and you know when it's coming, when it's a human. And I think in the box makes it worse for me than if it was like an actual person taking pictures.
That's true. I would agree.
I don't love meeting face characters, and I don't have like a strong emotional attachment to the characters from Frozen really. So it's a D for me, but it's also just sort of not an attraction that's aimed at me personally.
Right. And I always feel bad because every time that we go with Haley and Tommy, we always meet like every character. It's like Haley and Tommy are probably like, okay, we like you guys, but this is a little bit.
No, you guys get us out of our shell. We would literally just
things,
we would just walk around. Like the first couple times we went together, we have 0 pictures with characters unless it was like a weird character you don't see often.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just, and I like having the pictures now, like, but it's just
in the moment I definitely feel a little uncomfortable.
It is. I think maybe next time that we go, we should just all go up like as one group instead of like our like 2 and 2, and then we can just, if we want to take pictures separate, we can, and if not, because I feel like it's like they probably see us 4 come up and then go, oh, here we go, 2 groups of adults we have to meet and greet with. So I don't know. Where am I at here? Nicole says that she might be slightly offended with the Living with the Land rating, so I apologize. Nicole is going to give Elsa and Anna C. Kaylee as well. For me, it's a C. Happy travel vlogs. C. Reese says, in theory, meeting the characters is so fun, but I'm always so awkward with them.
Yes.
It's true. It's hard. And especially sometimes it's like hard to kind of make the conversation, and depending how it is, like you said, Haley, with those like box pictures, I feel like that they're trying to get you through there quick. So it's kind of tough. Karen says, meeting Anna is always fun. Elsa, not so much. Wouldn't wait more than 15 minutes. C tier. Nicole says, more fun to meet the villains like Gaston. Christy says, haven't done this at EPCOT. I met them at Magic Kingdom when they were there. I think this is a do once thing if you're not with kids. Michelle says, I think it's a C for me too, but I will admit these aren't characters I have met. I do wish we could meet Sven. That's fun.
I would love that.
That would be incredible. Yeah.
That'd be a cool one. So we're going to stick, I guess, Elsa and Anna like a low C. We'll put them in there with the turtle talk with Crush. Okay. Let's maybe stick with the Frozen theme and do Frozen Ever After, which is an attraction, not just a character meet and greet, and one that I will say most times is very, very busy. So we're going to rank this based on no wait time, just the attraction as a whole. And I find for me, this one's a hard one to rank because when I look at the other ones ranked here, I'm kind of in that like B to A range, but I don't really know where this one should fall. What do you guys think?
This is an A for me. I really like the queue. I think the queue is like way more interesting at some parts than the ride. I think it's like really immersive.
Yeah.
So surprisingly, I would put it as an A. Like the ride itself is fine, but I like the whole experience a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Frozen fine. And I think the long wait lines sort of make me think I like this ride less than I do. But whenever I do get a chance to ride it, I'm always super impressed by the queue, by the animatronics sort of. For a like a slow, dark boat ride, it feels super modern, super,
and like the projection mapping is really good on it.
Yeah, that's true.
So, it's an A for me.
Yeah, I'm also going to give it A because like Haley said, I love the queue. I love the whole thing with like the oaken little trading post is there and just like it looks very cool in there. And I think I'm one of those people, like who might be like in the minority, maybe, where like I like having more Disney stuff in the parks, and I feel like having Frozen in there, like you have to have that like represented somewhere. So I think this is a good attraction for Frozen. I think it's good for families and kids because it isn't something that's like super crazy. There's like a little drop, which is fun. But I just think that it's a better quality ride than Nemo. So I would put it
for sure
as an A tier for sure, because I do think that it is a really, really good ride. Christy says, agree with Reese, but I had a fabulous experience with meeting Joy recently. Did make me feel silly as an adult meeting a character alone at all. We had a good time with Joy too.
You guys had a great time with Joy. Your interaction with Joy was like the best.
It was really, really good. And that's what I love about like the character stuff is when you get ones that are like that, where it's like so strong and it just like makes your whole day. That's like what I love about characters. Cause like the high, like point can be super, super high. Sometimes like it's a low point when it's like, it's not great. But for sure. Yeah. Joy's a really, really good one. Happy Travel Vlog says, we love it. A. Nicole is going to give Frozen Ever After a B. Karen says, never done. Very keen to do for the first time next year. B tier. Kaylee would also give it a B. And Christy says B. Not exciting. Wait, stinks, but I'd ride it again.
The wait does stink.
It does.
Denise says, I don't think I've ever heard a bad thing about Frozen Ever After. There we go. That's a nice comment. Very nice. Maybe a B. I think overall it's just a short queue and short ride, but love the theme and the ride is beautiful and has vibrant colors. So I think we're right around that range. I feel like that we're honestly like, we each gave it A, so that's 3. There's another A.
I think there may be one more. Oh, there's another A.
There we go.
I think we're like right.
It is
evened
just like
out.
line, yeah.
Yeah. Stacy, welcome in. She says Frozen Ever After is an A for me. It's a great ride. My kids love it. Underrated animatronics for sure. So I think that we are going to put it in A tier because I feel like we're right on that line.
And it just is so much better than Nemo that I can't be on the same line.
Tier,
yeah. I would agree. Christy said meeting Joy did make my day, but the photos are missing from my photo pass. Oh no.
I think you can reach out to them depending on when it was, and they'll be able to find them or fix them.
There we go. See the pro tips from Haley here. Okay, so we just ranked Frozen. So thank you to everyone for playing along. I'm going to say this again. If you're just joining us, because I see that number going up as well, please give the stream a like. Check out Haley and Tommy's channel and their Instagram, and join us along down in the comments. We're going to rank the rest of EPCOT. Hopefully we can get through this quick because I feel bad like making Haley and Tommy wait here longer.
No, we're fine. We're the reason that this is always long.
No, I love it. I love talking to you guys.
Just kill us just give us a letter and keep it moving.
Start playing the Oscars music.
No. I love talking with you guys. I love talking with everybody. I think it's so fun. So we're about, I would say maybe halfway or just under halfway. So I think that we're doing okay. Yes, and Heidi may be home any minute, so I'm going to have to I'll let you guys know that in advance that I'm going to have to hop out here very, very soon, very quick, just to go open the door. Let's rank, since we just did a heavy hitter, let's get some of these like shows out of the way that are kind of easy to rank, honestly. The first one that we'll do is the American Adventure, which is in America Pavilion, which I've never done. So I'm going to
40 minutes long.
So I'm going to send this to our American people on the little panel here, and they can take it away with American Adventure.
So, I mean, some people love the American Adventure. I have literally never done it. Maybe when I was like 8. I think it's like 30-minute show.
Wow.
I think it is very long.
I have no idea what this is.
I think it's like a singing retell of like some of the things that happened in like early American history.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't give it an F because people like it. And if it is singing, I think that like it's probably good while you're in there, but it's incredibly long.
Yeah, because
if it is what I'm thinking, I'm gonna have to go D just because I feel bad giving it an F. Because I think it's probably okay.
It would be unpatriotic of me to give it an F, so I'm also giving it a D.
So clearly, that's a shot at my patriotism with kids.
I was like, throwing it under the bus there.
No, I'm totally kidding. I think this is probably better than the Canada one because you probably don't have to stand and it's not a circle theater that makes you dizzy. So I feel like that it's got to be better than that one. When I looked it up for the tier list, it said like American, I think it said like American Pavilion, and then it had like this and the Voices of Liberty.
Oh, maybe that's
I don't know if those are two separate things or the same thing. I don't know. But Karen says no interest, D tier. Kaylee says F. It is very long, and I found it a bit boring. I felt like I was in history class.
I just looked it up.
Minutes. Bump that baby down to
29
no
minutes.
29 minutes.
Yeah.
Nicole says F. Happy Travel Vlog says, is this the Voices of Liberty? So I guess not. I think that the Voices of Liberty is just people that come out and sing.
Yeah, in like I think they sing in the lobby, and then you go into the American Adventure.
Yeah. So I didn't have that one on here. We can rank that if we want to, but I just didn't put that in there. But like just the show, I guess, American Adventure. I do know people love it. I have never done it. And unfortunately, it doesn't call interest. I think a C because I do know the voices of the people that sing. It sounds beautiful. Christy says, I don't really remember it. Liked the AC, and I think the part I was awake for was good. C. Reese says, it looks like there is an American Adventure Pavilion where the Voices of Liberty perform, but there is a theater with the long show. So we're ranking just the show. I didn't know that it was two separate things then.
Yeah, I may have to bump it down to an F since it is not the singing. It is just a show.
And if it's 30 minutes long, bump it right on down. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna, because people are saying just go to the lobby and skip the show. The lobby is beautiful. So if it was the lobby, I don't have it on the tier list, so I can't rank the Voices of Liberty because I'd have to make a new tier list. But we'll say that's maybe a C tier, D tier for the singing and stuff. But then this American Adventure, I feel like
F.
If it's getting outshined by a lobby, it belongs in the F
tier. That is fair. So we'll stick it here. And I don't know, like it's right around Canada, but I feel like I maybe.
But 29 minutes, it needs to be the very last show.
Yeah.
The very last thing.
Very last show. 29-minute show. That is outrageous. And like Kaylee said, it's basically just a history lesson. So I'm going to go let Heidi in because Heidi's here. And we're going to talk about our next one, which you guys can maybe take it away for me.
Yeah, for sure.
And it is Test Track. And you can talk about Test Track and I'll be right back.
Sounds good. All right. So Test Track, you really like.
I do. I just like it when they go outside and you go fast. I'm a simple guy. I like going fast, but I don't know. It's like, it's weird. It's very car centric and I'm not a huge car guy. It has no real like Disney panache to it, in my opinion. Even like some of that old Epcot retrofuturism. It's just kind of like.
And I think that like with a little kid, I think building the car, getting them to do things like that, like when they go for the first time, I think it could be really fun. And I also think that when we go to Disneyland and ride Radiator Springs, the racers, I think it's going to outweigh Test Track so much that I don't know that I'm going to feel the need to be in there anymore. But I would probably give Test Track B.
Yeah, I think it's a B. I think it just has like the production value, if that makes any sense, is too high and stuff like that to give it much lower. But I think B is pretty fair for it.
Well, I heard everything that you guys said, and I feel like that I would agree with like the cars thing, like the Radiator Springs. I feel like that would make it higher up. I think if this was, sorry, I'm just out of breath because I ran. Clearly that's telling me something. I'm like, I need to, if it's just over there. But I would also say that this is probably B. I feel like it's not better than Frozen to me because I think it's a like on Frozen, I have like a more fun of a time. I think this one's cool because it goes fast and stuff, but I feel like it does take a long time when you like create your car and do all those things. I don't know if they could do something fun at Christmas where it's like you make a sleigh maybe instead or something.
That would be super fun.
That would be fun, yeah.
Or they add in some Disney elements, like I said before, like Wreck-It Ralph, or make it something different.
Yeah, being able to make a car that's like themed to different characters, like the skins, be like, I think that would make it way more fun.
Something to it,
yeah. Denise says, the videos I've seen of the Voices of Liberty concerts have been amazing. Can only imagine how wonderful their holiday show must be. I'm a sucker for great harmonies. Me too. I love some singing. That's awesome. Nicole says B. Kaylee says, I'd give it a B. It's a fun ride, but not a must-do for me. Michelle says, Test Track is a B for us. We love it for the nostalgic factor, but it isn't a must-do. Karen says, not as good as Cars Racers, but still a B tier. Christy says, this is my hubby's favorite, so he would say an A. There we go, 1A for Test Track. Happy Travel Vlog says, we like it a lot, but won't wait longer than 20 to 30 minutes. My boys love building the car. There we go. So the building the car, clearly people like that, which is fun for kids. Reese says the actual ride part is way too short. That's fair. Denise says, I've thought Test Track would be perfect for a prep and landing overlay at Christmas. Cool. Yeah. And Chrissy says, I'd say B, fun like single rider line worth worth the time, but not my favorite. So Test Track, I think the consensus is Test Track can go in the B tier, and I'm going to put it above Living with the Land. Is it above Nemo? What do we think?
don't think it wouldn't be above Nemo for me. I
Okay,
go
so
on Nemo more often than on Test Track.
We'll keep it right there. I think it's for sure better than Living with the Land, though. So we'll stick that one in there. And I think I'm joined by the other half of our channel. She's gonna have to get a chair though. So sorry for this low quality production on my end, and we're trapped in here. The tree. I'm gonna get claustrophobic in here now with Heidi being added in here with me. But I'm just gonna scooch on over.
Oh my goodness.
There's not much room here. Look, Heidi's knocking ornaments, and I don't know how we're gonna do this, Heidi.
Just put it back there.
Okay.
I'll sit behind you.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Because I'm the star of the show.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Okay,
We'll go
I
like
have
this.
to climb over, so don't mind me, everyone.
Welcome, Heidi.
Hi, Heidi.
Hello. Sorry I'm late.
You made it.
Hi.
So exciting.
Missed you guys.
So this is fun. Now we'll have a perspective of a Heidi's perspective. We already got some out of the way.
Heidi.
Yeah,
So
I
everyone say
know.
hello
We
to
were
Heidi.
kind of rude and did both of her Frozen things without her, but
It's okay.
It's okay.
Honestly.
It's all good.
Look, the viewers went up now that Heidi's here.
Word has gone out.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Happy Travel Vlogs is saying hello to you, Heidi. Hello.
Oh, hello. Thank you.
So we're gonna move on. So we just did Test Track. If you're just joining us, we're ranking the EPCOT attractions. And we are going to move on, and we will do the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the 3 Caballeros. What do we think, guys? Heidi, do you want to start with this one since you're just joining us? What do you think?
I will put it. Oh, this is so hard. I always feel so bad. Oh, Living with the Land is in a B. Okay,
Yeah,
so maybe
that was controversial. Living with the Land.
Oh, okay. So maybe I'll put the 3 Caballeros at a very high C above
That's fair.
the existing. We'll do that.
Okay. Haley and Tommy, what do you guys think?
I think I may be on board with Heidi with like the highest C, only because I think the ride space deserves an overlay.
Yeah.
Like I like the animatronics in the beginning and at the end, and the rest of it I don't care at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about looking at the screens through the different parts of Mexico one bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I enjoy it more than Living with the Land, so I have to give it a B. I understand the C, but I like that it's kind of a mix of like it has a lot of bits from Mexico, so it's tying into the country, but you also get, Donald and Jose and Panchito, which is like a fun added thing where we're not just sort of looking at the streets of Mexico City and stuff like that.
Right. That's fair. So it has that like Disney factor.
I do like how it's like usually a short line, and it's just like it's fun. Like it's fun.
Yeah. So Nicole says hello. Christy says, welcome home, Heidi.
Thank you so much.
Nicole's giving this one an A+. Nicole, we feel so bad that Living with the Land and now this one are not going to be A+. Happy Travel Vlog says after a few margaritas, it's an A.
If you could bring a margarita on, it may be an A.
I would bump it up.
Yeah, exactly. It's true.
Karen says, cute ride to get out of the heat or rain with C tier. Kaylee, I would give it a C. I enjoy it a lot, but I think it deserves an update. Christy says, high C, fun, cute, would repeat, but not a must do. Michelle says, I think it's a C. It's fun, but it could use some TLC. And Denise says, hello, Heidi. I would agree. I feel like Haley said, I think like there are parts of it where I kind of like, I'm just like, oh, like, yeah, like it's okay. I think if they would update this, I think the only issue with the update is if they did something to Coco, for example, which people love, there's going to be no room in that queue for people.
I wonder if they can just though like make a door, like they have a door on the other side that goes out to.
I was just gonna say
to the World Showcase. So if they could do that on the other side and then just throw a queue through there,
throw everybody behind the pyramid or something.
Yeah,
they could definitely. Do
so are we good then? We're gonna put this in a C. I feel like that was the consensus.
Yeah. The minute it turns to Coco, it goes to probably an S.
There we go for Haley. There we go. Yeah. So we're gonna put that one in the C tier. So it's right around the Living with the Land. Oh, yeah, we're good. Sorry. I thought that we ranked one that I didn't rank, but we didn't do it yet. Okay, so that one's in the C tier. Let's move on to something maybe that also might be controversial, and that is Journey into Imagination with Figment. And I like seeing Haley's face because she right away goes like this. because it's so why don't we start, Haley? Do you want to start with this one?
So I used to be a hater of this ride, like big time.
Yeah.
But then as I rode it more, I realized that I don't dislike the ride and I like Figment. I do not like the big tortilla man in the sky at the end of the ride. The last room just doesn't do it for me. But I like the ride otherwise. Like I do. I like the song. I would rather have it in my head than Small World. So like far as like songs that like get stuck in your brain, I would take this one. I would probably give this, I can't see anything because my eyes are bad. So
sorry.
No, it's not you. It's me. I would probably give it a lower end of the. No, it's me. I'm like blind in one eye recently, so it's okay. I would probably give it a low C or a high D. I may go high D.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Wow.
I think I'm higher than that. I was gonna put it like middle of B. I think that it's like so distinctly like Epcot, and it's like an original concept for the parks. The song is, not the worst catchy song to have stuck in your head. And I think the line or the ride feels like pretty long, which is like a nice treat to most of the rides that you get on. Usually you get on and you're like, oh, I'm off already. But this one's a real journey. So.
Yeah.
For sure. There we go. Nice. A journey. We'll come to our rankings in a minute, but Steve says only if it's raining. Nicole says B. Karen says never done, no interest in it or anything Figment related. D tier. My boys enjoy it, so I'll give it a C. Kaylee says I love Figment. I would give it an A, and Nicole also loves Figment. So that's fair. Heidi, what do you think?
I don't know. I find it hard to do this only because when you look at the current existing tier list, I feel like it always influences because I'm like, oh, I think it should go here, but then I'm like, but
that's
it's like
trying not to do because it's not it's not one person's rankings. Everybody's compiled, so like there's things higher and lower than I would have placed them, so I try and keep it like
just where you think it should go. That's smart.
I would say that I'm kind of along where Tommy is, like sort of like maybe, I don't know if he said low B, but like I'm kind of around there where like I could see a C or a B.
Yeah.
I don't think that I like it better than Nemo or than Test Track. I think I like it better than Living with the Land, but I know that's not all. Like our rankings are on here. Like you said, it's a mix. So I'm going to give it probably like a B tier.
Yeah. I'm going to say B just based on
like a low B, like almost a C. But I feel like we're kind of all mixed on this one. Christy says I love Figment B. Could be better though. I think that's the hard thing where maybe I'll sway my vote that I think it's less than Nemo, so I'll give it a C. Only because I don't think it's as cool, and some of the parts I don't really like, but I think it's still based on our consensus. It's going to go into the B.
If they gave it an update, I feel like it would be easy to do because there's like nothing they have to keep.
For sure.
Right. Like they made this concept up.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
But like they have things in there from Flubber, which nobody knows Flubber anymore. Like Weebo's in there. Like it's just stuff that kids don't know anymore. So I think a little update would be make it like a B.
Yeah, I would agree. So we're going to put it in the B tier. That is the consensus. Let's get into one next, and we will do. I think we just got to get some of the shows out of the way. Like I said, are we good with that? Okay. Absolutely. So let's go into Impressions de France. Impressions de France, the France.
Never been.
That is also where Beauty and the Beast is. Never done it either. So I'm going to stick with the theme of the shows, and I'm going to stick it in the F tier.
Just put it in the F.
Get it out of here.
I have no interest. I don't know what we can replace it with, but I've never done it. So for me, it's an F.
I agree.
Michelle said about Figment, this is a B. The meaning behind it is so sweet. I can see it getting an update though, but keep the Figment.
Yeah.
Yes, keep Figment for sure. But yeah, Heidi, what do you think about the show?
I don't even know what that is.
I just think that it's kind of like how Kaylee said, where like certain things, like I think that, like, I don't know, like you're not really going to Disney to learn history like in that way about France and go sit in a show. Like you said, like about America, like for 30 minutes to go sit like in a theater and watch about America. I think that like, I don't know, that's a tough sell. I think.
I almost feel like in the place where they had the EPCOT experience. I forget what that building's called, where brewing is now for the festival. I feel like they should just make a rotating show that combines all of the country shows. And so they just have a world showcase shows that's like 3 minutes about each country, and then you can hop in there, get it all done. You go in, if you want to leave, you leave in the middle of the show, and then like it keeps the history part of it, like the social studies part of it, and then you can put fun things that interest kids and bring people back there without falling asleep.
Yeah, I've never been compelled to do any of these shows. So.
No. So Karen's with us. F tier, happy travel vlogs. F. Kaylee says F. Honestly, don't think I've ever done it. Christy says, I don't think I've ever even done that. My family never wants to watch movie style shows. Nicole says D. So I think based on our rankings, the France show is an F tier, which is along with all the other ones. Do we think it's there, or is there any specific order? We can reformat orders, I guess, afterwards.
As long as the American one stays last is 29 minutes, that's
way too
fine.
long. Yeah, it's way too long.
Okay, there we go. We'll put that one at the back. Let's do the China show, which is in the China Pavilion. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's sort of the same.
Reflections of China.
It is. You are right. That is exactly what it is. Christy said, though, I don't mind the educational stuff about the countries. It's interesting, but could show cultures better. That's fair. Like you said, Haley, if it was like I think that you said this about Canada, maybe where it's like updated more and it's kind of more current, because like you said, like you can go on
the one
and
where
see.
Kevin said like you have like the lake with like the CN Tower in the back, and he said like where is that shot?
I'm just gonna stick with my same theme of the shows, and I'm just gonna say F.
China may have. I think Reflections of China is the only show I've been in.
Yeah, I've been to it as well.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I think it's one that you can walk out of.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's like one you can. There's a space to sit when you walk into there, and then there's like a showroom, and I think you can leave. I don't think it's like the theater's closing. You sit for 8 minutes and then
it's
you
like
get
an
out.
open walk-through room, and then there's like a circle with like a handrail.
Yeah,
but it's not. Yeah, it's not like a theater.
So this one may be my highest of the shows, but still in an F.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it's probably there's an exit strategy there that the others don't have.
And it's just
so Disney knows.
Documentary.
Yeah.
Nicole says D. Karen says another F tier. Kaylee says F. Happy travel vlogs F. Christy says, I loved the China movie when I was a kid, but I'd probably say low B or high C. There we go. Some love for the China show. And then we're just hating on all the shows over here. We're like, I feel so bad. Skylar, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. She says, we took my niece to the China show, and the couple Celt was cool, but it was hard to keep my niece's attention. I'd say D, it was interesting if you like that sort of thing, but also you have to stand. There we go. So same as the Canada. So we're going to, I guess, put Reflections of China in the F, but like Haley said, it's like a circle vision theater where you
have to like lean. There's like railings where you can like put your hands, and then everything else is standing.
It's like Tommy said, who has interest in standing around in a show?
No.
Oh, sorry. Skylar said that was a typo. Sorry, I didn't know. I'm gonna try my best here. Okay, so that's one of the shows, and then another show is Awesome Planet, which used to be that show that I think had like Timon and Pumbaa. But now I guess it's not that anymore, and it's just like about the planet and stuff. I honestly haven't done this since I was a kid, and clearly they've been changing it out often, that it's kind of not the best. So I don't know. Have you guys done this before?
We have not done Awesome Planet. I had done before the one where Timon and Pumbaa were in it. I like the concept because like the conservation part and stuff like that, but it feels more Animal Kingdom than it feels Epcot for me. So I would that one's probably a little bit more engaging, and I do know you get to sit. It's in a theater where you get to sit down.
That's huge.
So it may go end of D for me instead of beginning of F.
There we go. Tommy, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, saving the planet's pretty important. So just for that, we can throw that in D right there, and you get to sit, which is, like I said, that's huge.
A bonus. I would agree. I think it's got to be, better because you can sit. I think Karen says no interest, F tier. Kaylee would give it a D tier, and then Michelle says we have not done Awesome Planet. Where is it? It's in the Land Pavilion. It's upstairs, right? Like on the upper level up there.
Yep. Yeah. If you walk in the Land and stay right, it's like in the back corner there.
Yeah. And it used to be, like I said, the show with like Timon and Pumbaa. And I remember doing that like as a kid, and I would have enjoyed it because I liked like the Lion King. But I haven't done this new version, so I guess it's D tier because I think they've changed stuff and clearly it's not hitting. But what else are they going to put there? And like Tommy said, I guess that could, like, conserving the planet is a better topic, like, and more important. So yeah, what do you think?
Sure.
Sure.
I haven't seen any of these. I need to go watch some of these.
No, we don't need to go watch them clearly because they're in the F tier. Nicole
It
says
takes you a whole day to get through all the shows.
Seriously.
it would. Honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you do the shows? Like, not to be rude if you like the shows, but if I can go ride like Guardians more than once,
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
if you,
I
if
would
you
rather
could,
use
or-
my standing time to stand in line than stand and watch a show.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Happy Travel Vlog says F. Christy says watch this on a recent trip. There we go. Agree, more Animal Kingdom than Epcot, but I guess fits in the land. C, decent info, but definitely not a must do. Was nice to sit down and have a break. Nicole says it looks like we all agree that Epcot needs some new rides. I would agree. I feel like that Epcot like has some good heavy hitting rides, but I think that it might need some new stuff. Michelle says we will check it out in January. There we go, Michelle. Let us know.
Yeah,
No.
What do
seriously.
you think? So we'll put Awesome Planet. Oh, but is it D or does we all gave it a D? There was some F's and a D.
But
So
there
we'll
were some C's.
oh, true, there was. You're right. So we're gonna stick it in the D.
Nice.
Perfect. Awesome Planet. Okay, now we're getting to some stuff. Oh, we also got to get this one out of the way. The Disney and Pixar
I like that one.
Short Film Festival.
Oh, I like the
I like the short film festival as
I
well.
like that one.
I like it too. My only thing about it is it would be cool if they had a short or shorts, like you said, Haley, that were specific to this show that weren't just like ones that you could watch on Disney Plus or have seen before. But I do enjoy the time that we like went and saw this.
I like it.
What do you guys think?
This is almost an A for me. If the
Oh,
air
wow.
conditioning were better, I think this would be an A for me. I love the shorts, and the ones that they chose are really good.
Yeah.
They are good.
Like those are the ones that like they hit me in the feels without making me sob.
Yep.
So it's like I don't know, but it is hot in there, so that's part of my factor.
Yeah, I think it's a good mix of shorts. You get to sit down. It's like a proper theater, which is always nice. Yeah, I would say B.
There we go. So 2 B's. We'll see what the chat's saying. Nicole says D. Karen says a C tier. Happy Travel Vlogs is also a D. Christy says never watch these, but think I'd like them. And Kaylee's with you guys and says I'd give it a B. I wish they would rotate more shows in, but I do love it.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome.
It's hard. Like, and look, yeah. Okay, so I can't look at our list because I feel like that I would rank stuff different, like we said. So I'm gonna give this one.
As you're looking at the list.
I know. I'm gonna give it a C tier. If it was that they rotated them out and it was different, or there was one that like that they made just for like Epcot, I would give it a B, but I'm gonna stick it in C.
Yeah, I'm giving it a C as well.
So we got 2 C's, 2 B's from the 4 of us, and then Stacy also gives it a B. The shorts are really, really cute. So I think that we got 2 D's,
Maybe
three C's, and a few B's.
seems like a C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like
I feel like we're right around the CB level if anybody else has any votes, but it's at the top of C because there was some B's in there. So we're going to put this right here.
Oh.
Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival. Okay, now we got some good ones. I think these last ones are some good choices. So let's go on to Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, which is like sort of newer. So maybe some people haven't done it if they haven't been recently. But Heidi, what do you think of Remy's Ratatouille Adventure?
I think that it is cute. I think that it should be a bit longer. It's hard because I feel like it's hard. I always look at the screen and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I would say a low B because I feel like it is quality. I feel like the quality is there and I like it. There's just some things that I would change for it. And I think it's better than like average.
It's fair. What about you guys? What do you guys think?
I would probably give it a high B. I think that it has a tough go of it because it got put in after the other rides that are great. Trackless rides, even though it was made first, it just got put in and opened last.
Yeah.
But I think I really like the whole sets. I like when you like can see the wheels moving when you're moving, so it looks like you're actually going in it. So I think it's cute. It makes me a little sick. I don't think that they should have put the version that has it in French in the US. I think that's tough because little kids cannot follow the storyline. I think that that's perfect for Disneyland Paris, but here I don't think it makes a ton of sense. Just it's harder to enjoy that way, but I would still give it a high B.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think I like it more than most people. It seems like a lot of people are not too high on it. Maybe in the past I might have like had it squeak to an A, but I think high B is about right for me. I do think a lot of like the set design is really cool, and it's got like a nice little story to it as well. I agree. The French version is definitely kind of weird.
It's hard to do.
Yeah, it is weird for sure.
I definitely like it a lot.
Yeah. Nicole says C tier. Michelle says, where have we been? Didn't know this was a thing either. We will also see those shorts in January. Oh, talking about the shorts. Yes, they're right by sort of like, I guess, by when you leave like the Figment ride, right? They're right back there.
Over to the left, kind of.
Karen says, looking forward to do it next year. B tier. Kaylee says, I think it's a B. It's really cute and fun. Happy Travel Vlog says, we did it twice and honestly no interest to go back. C. Michelle says, we haven't done it yet. The movie isn't one of our favorites, but it looks awesome. The line is always long when we go. Christy says, hi, B. Fun would ride again. Michelle says, I want to see the fridge part. Yes, that is a very, very cool part. Stacy says, Remy's is an A. I like how you can smell the bread and feel the fire from the oven, and it's fun to move from set to set. The ride vehicles are adorable. Like I think this one has a tough go, like you said, Haley, for two reasons. I think it's hard because out of the three, like Rise, Mickey and Minnie's, and this one, I think it's the least fun, like for me. And also, like you said about it being like in French for like parts of it, I think that's also hard to kind of like be like fully into the story when you don't really understand the words. I understand that Remy's takes like place in France, but I just think that it's not the best option. But I'm gonna give it a B. I enjoy it. It's one that I love to do. I have like a fun time. And every time that we have done it, like at the end, I go, oh, like I actually like that more than I thought I like it. So I think that we're all kind of in the same realm. There's some B's, some C's, and an A. So I think that we'll stick Remy's in B. And do we think it's higher than which things here?
I would go in the middle.
Maybe right here.
Yeah, that's where I would probably plop it down.
Okay, so we'll stick Remy's right in the middle of the B tier. Next, we're going to move on to Spaceship Earth, which is one that is also like on the level with Living with the Land, I think very controversial. And I think a lot of people love this. And if they said we're getting rid of this, they would riot.
They would chain themselves to the bottom of it.
And then there's other people who would say good riddance and just who cares? Haley?
Yeah, I'm not a Spaceship Earth girly. That's not for me. I think
extra.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We got stuck for, I don't know, a long time.
Yeah, like 20 minutes.
We probably heard 50 of the same rotation. Extra, read all about it.
Civil War over. Oh my gosh.
So I think that this, and I know that it's going to get, people are not going to agree with me, and that's okay.
Yep.
Good to be different. I would give it a D. I can understand not getting rid of it. It's not on the same level as the shows, but it's hot. It's slow. The whole ride down where you're staring at a black ceiling, like put something there. It's just, I feel like it's old and I don't want it. It's not for me.
There we go.
Yeah. I definitely could understand and agree with the argument that it should never be like changed or removed. It should just be there forever. That being said, I don't really have to like it. I'd probably give it like a very low C or like a high D. I think there's some charm to it, but I don't think it's great.
Kaylee says I'd give it a B. I love it. Happy Travel Vlog says classic A. Nicole says F, but put something new in the golf ball. Do not get rid of the golf ball.
Yeah.
Agree. Skylar, A or B for me, just because I'm a history buff and reminds me of my childhood. Very cool. So I think, like we said, this is one that a lot of people love. And I just I think this puts it into perspective, honestly, which we last trip in June had like lightning lanes that we could use, and we didn't use it once for Spaceship Earth. We didn't ride it.
We didn't ride it.
No. Yep. And I think that that's also one of those things where like I look at it where like I would maybe ride it one time, but if I didn't ride it, I wouldn't be sad. And I think that it's one of those that like half the time, like the screen doesn't work for your picture. And like you said, like
half your face.
Yeah, like, and when you're coming down, like you said, like it's dark and like you're super back and it's just black. Like I think it's one of those things that I think that they do need to update it. I don't think obviously that they should get rid of like Spaceship Earth, like the ball and all this stuff, but they need to do something. So I'm gonna say it's a C tier at best for me.
What about you, Heidi?
I'm gonna say C as well. I like riding it once on the trip because I just like riding most of the rides once. Yeah. But like we said, we didn't ride it last time, and I didn't even know that we didn't ride it last time. So it can be in C for me.
That's fair. Karen says, nice when it's raining, wouldn't wait more than 15 minutes. It is a C tier. Michelle, I think it's I think a C is fair, has charm, and is classic. Christy says, D, interesting the first time, but boring afterwards. I think that we are like all over the map here. We have 2 A's, a B, an F, some C's, and a D. So I think all that being said, I feel like it averages out probably at a C because there's the 2 A's, the F, a B, some D's, and C's. So we'll put Spaceship Earth in the C tier and maybe just like literally smack in the middle because that's what it got. No, sorry. What I mean is like in the middle of like
the whole tier.
Yeah, the whole tier because we're so divided on that one. Sorry,
we'll put it in the middle on the left.
Okay, now we got some things. Oh, Stacy also says it's a C tier. Okay, we got 3 things here left.
Yay.
We have 1 show and 2 rides. Let's do 1 ride and then a show and then a ride. And I think let's do Soarin' first.
Awesome.
Soarin'. And I guess it's called Soarin' around the world. I didn't know that. Is that true?
Yeah, because it used to be, there's a Soarin' over California.
Right.
And then they've replaced it with Soarin' over around the world.
There we go. Very interesting. This for me, I'm going to put in the A tier because I like riding it. Like it's a must do for me. Like if I go to EPCOT, I have to do Soarin'. I think it also like is much, much better when you're like in like that middle group, I think is what it is, right? When you're in that middle. But I just think even though it's older, I think it still holds up. I have like a fun time. And it's one that if I didn't ride, I would actually like genuinely be sad that we didn't do it. So I'm going to put Soarin' in the A tier.
Nice.
What about you?
Yeah, I like Soarin'. It's funny because when I first went to Disney when I was in high school, I used to be really afraid of heights, and I was getting really scared in the line because it like really advertises that if you're scared of heights, you shouldn't go on it. And I was crying before, and then my mom made me go on it, and then I went on it, and then I was crying the whole time. And she's like, "Look around, we're literally in a room." And then it was fine. And then when I rode it as an adult, I like really like it now. So I give it an A because I think it's great.
There we go. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's squarely an A for me. It's not doing like a ton, like the ride itself, the mechanics of it are fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
But it's such a good sort of encapsulation of the sort of around the world EPCOT feel. And it's, engaging and it's super accessible. Like you could bring anybody on it and they'd be like, oh, that was really cool. We saw the Taj Mahal. Like, so I think it fits right there in the A tier.
And the smells, I forgot.
I would go A, almost S. I think it's like
close.
I think I'm very close to putting it in S. The smells are huge for me. Like that rose petal smell when you're like going near the Taj Mahal is great. Yeah. I miss Soarin' over California a little bit, like with the orange groves and stuff like that. But I think it's a must ride every time. And if you ever ride it with somebody who it's their first time, like you're next to them, seeing them experience it for the first time is so awesome.
That's good. I like these explanations because I feel like it puts it all into perspective. Skylar says definitely an A. I love it. Kaylee says I will give it a B. Nicole says C. Soarin' over California is much better. There we go. See, that's a different perspective as well. Happy travel vlogs. We enjoy it. A. Karen says A tier must do every EPCOT park day. Stacy says Soarin' is an S. It's a must do for my family. Every time we rode it twice in one day on our trip in October, it's so relaxing. It really is. It's a really, really fun time. I like it a lot. Michelle says A for us. We love it. It's fun. I love the smells, the music. It's just a good time that all ages can enjoy. And Christy says A must do, love it, wish they'd be better about letting on more people from standby, maybe 10 standby to 20 lightning lane instead of 2 standby to 200 lightning lane. And Christy says that it's almost an S for her too, Haley. So I think that we're right around that same level. And we're going to put this in the A tier. I think if they maybe maybe did some like updates, I don't know, like if they could do anything to make it an S, but I feel like it is pretty borderline, very, very close to being S. Are we going to put it, is it better than Frozen, do we think?
I think it's better than Frozen for me.
Yeah. So I'm going to stick it up there because I think that we had higher votes for this one as well. So let's do you want to do Guardians or Harmonious next?
Let's do Harmonious first.
Okay.
And
then end with a bang.
Yeah.
Got it. So Harmonious, which is going away, I don't know when, but I think maybe when the 50th is over, then it goes away, and then they bring EPCOT Forever for like 5 months, and then they're going to do a new show. Who really knows? I'm going to start this off because this is one that I care about as well, along with Enchantment. I think Harmonious is an S tier for me. I absolutely love it. In fact, on my Spotify Wrapped, the Harmonious whatever was like my number 3 artist of the year because I listened to Harmonious music so much. I also have to say the reason why it's an S for me is that experience that like we had with Garrett and Alyssa from the Leffersons that day that we all watched it.
Yeah,
it literally was so good. We all had so much fun. We were singing the songs and just like totally like in the mood for it. I just love it. I know people don't like the barges. I love them for the show. I love the music. I love the fireworks. I love how it's so World Showcase and so EPCOT. So for me, this is an S. I don't know why they're getting rid of it because I just think it is so great.
Yep, I agree with everything you said. It's great. I think that the more that I watched it, the more that I enjoyed it. And yeah, I don't mind the barges because I've never been a person to just sit there and look at the water. So it doesn't affect me. And yeah, I'm going to be sad that it's gone. I would like to see it again. So yeah, S for me.
What do you guys think?
I'm an S all the way. The first time I saw it, I sobbed.
Yeah.
And every time Go the Distance comes on, I cry my eyes out. Like, I think that I'm confused why people don't like it because people are like, oh, keep all the IP out of, but it touches, it does the songs in other languages.
Yes.
It went to the other countries and had people perform those songs to be in it. Like, I feel like it encapsulates what EPCOT is at Disney, like totally. And I think that the music is great. I think that the projections are great. The fireworks are awesome. And like Heidi said, like if you're at EPCOT staring at the water, like you got to go somewhere else. Like, there's way better places to look at the water than EPCOT, I feel like.
That's fair.
I agree.
Yes. Yeah. Tommy, what do you think?
I think I'm stuck between S and A a little bit. I think the bits that are strong, in my opinion, are really, really, really strong, but my interest does wane a little bit. Like I know the Brave section is like not my favorite, so I lose interest like a little bit. But yeah, the opening with like Moana and Go the Distance is so strong that I have no issues.
Even like the Hunchback of Notre Dame song in there. Ugh, come on.
Yeah.
And honestly, like anytime that Go the Distance plays in a show, I'm just like, what a good song. Like it's like so emotional. Honestly, it is just so emotional. I love that show. I am going to be so sad that we won't be able to see it again. Kaylee says, I'd give it an A. I love it. Happy Travel Vlog says C for Harmonious. Christy says Harmonious is an A. It's almost an S. Loved it. Michelle says, I really like the show. I think it's beautiful. I love all the languages. It's heartwarming. That is for sure very, very true. Karen says, can't wait to see it next year. A tier. Nicole says F. The barges make me angry. Bring back EPCOT Forever. There we go.
But I don't think they're getting rid of the barges. That's my thing. Like they spent all that money to make those barges. I think EPCOT Forever is going to have barges right in the middle of it.
I would agree. We shall see. Chrissy says hate the barges during the day though. They've just like honestly like they just don't bother me because I just don't even I don't know what it is. I know that there are people because we had conversations our one trip like at one point like and somebody said something like about them and I was like oh like I just have never noticed that they're there, to be honest, in that capacity. Like I would understand that if you liked how World Showcase looked before, but for me it's just not something because I look at the trade-off is that I get to watch Harmonious, which I Love. Stacy says Harmonious is an S, 100%. The whole show is amazing. The choice of music from some more underrated Disney movies. We stood there amazed by the fireworks and lasers. It's so Disney. I love it. Look at that. Disney should put that on a poster, Stacy. That is a perfect one. Michelle says I give it an S. Forgot my grading. So I think
there's so many Harmonious stands in the
I don't know if I was expecting that.
Yeah. So Tommy, what's yours? Is yours an S or an A? What are you gonna say?
I'll go with S. I'll submit to peer pressure and enjoy the S. I don't want to rain on the parade. Yeah.
He's like, good. So we got 4 S's.
Throw it an S.
So we got some A's in here. We have an A, a C, an A. There's an F, which weighs it down a little bit. We got another. Where am I at? Another S. So I think Harmonious is our first thing in the S tier. Maybe it'll last, maybe it won't. We shall see. Nicole says it is fun to look across the water and look at the other parts of the World Showcase. There you go. That's fair.
I
So
agree.
I get that. Yeah, I totally get that.
I think Harmonious outweighs looking across the water for me. Is
fair.
Where I was coming from earlier.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put that up there. We've also never seen Epcot forever though, so I don't know if that's a good show. We've never seen it. I know that people liked it when it was there, but it wasn't there for very long. So maybe we'll get to see it, maybe not. But Harmonious for now is an S tier, and we're moving on to our last attraction. And if you have been around these parks for a while, you know this is my favorite attraction in all of Walt Disney World. I think not only is it my favorite, I think it's the best attraction in my opinion. And it is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. And I think I could talk about this all day long, but I'll let you guys go first, Haley and Tommy, what you guys think about Guardians.
It's an S. The first time we rode it, it was like jaw dropping. Like it was the best attraction I'd ever been on in my life. I couldn't believe like the like smoothness and like the feeling of the ride, and then mixed with like the proportion of the screen is just, it's crazy. I would ride it 1,000 times.
Yeah. The moment where you sort of see what the ride is for the first time is one of the most like sort of awe-inspiring, like stick with you moments that you'll get like from a Disney park, you know, in the current day. I think it's really, really good. It's like a cool, like kinetic motion-y ride, but it's still, they have like a standalone story that they made up for it. I think it's a really cool combination of everything.
Yeah. We booked Epcot both days for next weekend that we're going, just so we can ride Guardians, so we can get up at 7 and get a virtual queue. Amazing.
Yeah. I am so, I just can't wait to hear like all about the holiday thing, because I'm so excited to hear your guys' thoughts on it. We'll go here and then we'll give our thoughts. But Kaylee says it's an S. It's amazing. I went on it for the first time last week and I loved it. Christy says I would agree. Barges aren't leaving after the expense, so I think Harmonious should stay. I like the World Showcase view. Without them, it's worth the barges. Never saw Epcot forever. Skylar says, I haven't gotten to ride it yet, but plan to on our trip in January. I can already tell it's going to be an S. Nicole says an A. The Daunties, welcome in, friends. Thanks for being here. We love the Daunties. If you haven't checked them out as well, go check them out. They are just like some of the funniest people as well. They said, I love the discussion. It'll help us prioritize on our trip to Walt Disney World next weekend. Look at that. Haley and Tommy, you're there.
Yeah, we will.
That's fun. Yes, if you're at Epcot, do Guardians Cosmic Rewind. It is
if you
very,
can
very
only
fun.
do one ride.
Yeah, get up at 7 and
for sure.
Get that virtual queue.
Happy Travel Vlogs haven't been on it, but I think I'd give it A or B. Christy, Guardians of the Galaxy is an S, no question. My hubby and I both loved it. Must do as many times as possible. Michelle says an S for us. It is mind-blowing, the technology, the music. It is amazing. And Denise is giving an update on the Northern Ontario, I think, a telethon, $210,000 and counting. Pretty awesome. What do you think about Guardians?
I love Guardians. I do agree that. So my favorite ride is in all of Disney World is Flight of Passage, but I think that Guardians of the Galaxy is like the best ride. Like I do. It's so amazing. The first time we rode it, I literally like couldn't believe it, and I still can't believe it. And every single time I tell people about it, I'm like, you have to do it. Like everyone in their life should have to do it because it's just so good. Like it's like life changing. I don't know how to explain it, and it feels so cool. And I just can't wait to ride it again one day.
I don't know.
Oh, so S if I didn't
S
say
tier.
it.
Sort of brief. I just think this is like top tier of like adding in things like the songs, how they're different. That is like a trendy thing that people like want to go ride it to get all the songs. Like that's fun. I remember seeing that Bronwyn from her channel is Once Upon a Bron. She finally got Disco Inferno, and her video is like hilarious. Of like they don't clue in that it's the song, and then like they kind of go like this is it, and it's like like it's so funny how that's like people love that. So I just think like this is just like a top tier in all of Walt Disney World. I think this would be the best one. If I could ride one ride for the first time again, it would be this one. Yeah. And I just had such a great time. And I think that it's also fun when you ride it with other people. Like when we got to ride it, like the four of us, it's like so fun. And then to talk about like where the songs rank. So yeah, Guardians would be an S tier for me for sure. Christy says the Dante's Cosmic Rewind should be the ultimate priority of your trip. You won't regret it. Hopefully you don't get very sick. I honestly didn't feel sick at all. Haley, I feel like is a good judge because you sometimes get sick.
Yeah, I get super motion sick. As long as there's like one part where you're spinning and they want you to look like at the earth. Don't look at that earth if you're prone to motion sickness. If you get sick and you just look at the track, I feel like it just fixes itself.
Yeah. That's fair. And also this, like if you haven't seen any spoilers, like we didn't see anything before and it was so great. Even if you have, it'll still be great. But yeah. Where am I at here? Nicole says only A rides in Walt Disney World to me are Flight of Passage and Rise of the Resistance. Christy said, sorry, Heidi, Flight of Passage definitely up there too, but it's our number 2 must do overall. Okay. Denise says, for those wondering, the CTV Lions Christmas telethon is the longest running telethon in the world broadcast history and raise money for the Lions Club to go buy toys for kids. Yes, that is exactly what it is. Awesome. Yeah. Nicole says only S rides. I meant, so she meant Flight of Passage and Rise of the Resistance. I am prone to motion sickness.
I think you'll be okay. I get super sick. And like I said, like it's over pretty quickly. I would eat a little something before, like don't go on an empty stomach. And then if you feel sick, just stare at the track and your brain should track.
Yeah, it is very, very good. So we're going to stick Cosmic Rewind and all of its glory up in the S tier, number 1. And this is our completed EPCOT tier list. And before we go, I have some other things just planned very quickly to talk about since there were some updates today. And I think last night with some Disney stuff that we'll touch on. The Dante's given a thumbs up. That's very helpful. But yeah, so we got Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind and Harmonious up in S tier. In A, we have Soarin' and Frozen Ever After. In B, we have The Seas with Nemo, Test Track, Ratatouille, Figment, and Living with the Land. C tier, Spaceship Earth, the Pixar Short Film Festival, the Grand Fiesta Tour, Turtle Talk with Crush, and Meeting Elsa and Anna. In D tier, we have the Beauty and the Beast Sing Along and Awesome Planet. And then down in the F tier, Mission Space, Reflections of China, Canada Far and Wide, the France Show, and the American Adventure. And yes, the 3 Caballeros. That's in there. That's this one here. I don't know if you can see my cursor right here. The Grand Fiesta Tour starring the 3 Caballeros is right there. Christy said, was given great advice for motion sickness. Look straight ahead of your ride vehicle. Don't give in to the temptation to look around. Work for me, and I have tons of problems at home. There we go. There is some awesome advice. So those are the tiers, and we're going to do Magic Kingdom in the new year because Christmas is kind of coming soon and we're not going to have time, and we have one more live stream planned for Christmas. So we'll do Magic Kingdom in the new year. I think it might have to be like a 2-parter. I think there's lots there. So we shall see how long that takes. Maybe Haley and Tommy can come back if it's after all of the craziness of their wedding, because that's like coming so soon.
There is.
So we shall see, but that is our tier list, and I'm not gonna close it. I'm gonna minimize because we're gonna talk about some things very briefly. So one thing that I saw was there was some merchandise pictures released for the Disney 100 Years of Wonder, and they released some pictures of some merchandise. I think that's going to be on Shop Disney if it isn't already. But I wanted to play a little like thumbs up or thumbs down really quick on some merchandise, and then talk about one thing, and then we'll have everybody off on their way. So sorry, Haley and Tommy, that we're...
No, we're good. Like I said, it's our fault this always goes so long when we're on here. Yeah. So
No, you're good. Denise says, that reminds me of a time I had motion sickness thanks to Chris Hadfield. The station was still being built, and he was working on the connections for the newest module. The position he was in combined. with the angle the shuttle was docked to the space station, and it really showed just how fast they were going up there. I knew if I didn't stop watching, it wouldn't be pretty. That's funny. So get your thumbs ready for up or down on this Disney 100 Years of Wonder merch. And there might have been more released now, but this was what I saw last night when I put this all together. The first is a crew neck, and it says Disneyland on there because I guess that's where the majority of this sort of celebration is going to happen, is at Disneyland. So you can see the characters are kind of like the old school style. They got some like platinum is the color that they're going with the platinum outfits and the purple. And you can see Tinkerbell up there. What are our thoughts on this crew neck? Haley's mid.
I'm in the middle. I don't think it's terrible, but I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, I don't think I could personally pull it off, but I think the right person could, so I'm going to give it a thumbs up.
There we go. Heidi, what do you think? Down?
I like the image, but I do not like the color of the purple, and I do not like the choice of the crew neck. I don't like when it looks like that. Like, it feels like it would look weird on. Like, I don't know. So if they picked a better crew neck or a sweater, then
it looks like a very wide neck.
Yeah,
yes.
Like it would hang.
Like to here.
Yeah, like I don't like that.
I'm on the same sort of lines with like Tommy, where I could not pull this off because that purple is just like not, I think, my color. Maybe if it was like something different, but also
you probably wish that you could. Brandon would want to get this.
I love a crew neck. I really do.
And then
I love
he would try it on and be like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I would see it, I'd be like, ooh, and then I would think a little bit, I'm like,
Yeah, I'm the same. Christy, thumbs up. Nicole, she's mid on that one. Denise says, I like what I can see of it. And Christy says, I agree with Haley, though, would not buy it. That's fair. So that is our first one, the crew neck for the 100 Years of Wonder. And now the Spirit jersey. It might be hard to see because it's pretty bright and it's the colors. But this one's for Disneyland. It's got the kind of pink and purple and blue with the kind of platinum, some sort of stars or fireworks, and then all of the characters at the bottom there with the Disney 100 and the castle in the back. What do we think, Haley?
If this were black with the same design, I think it would be 100% hit for me. I don't like the cotton candy splotches.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
The design is super cute.
The cotton candy is not for me, but I do. Yeah, I love the design.
Yeah. If this was in black, I would buy it too because I think it's cool. Like, and we could share it because I really, really love like the character design that's at the bottom. I really, really like it. And I'm like for sure gonna have to get like some sort of merch for this, but this will not be the one just because that is not a color same thing that I can pull off.
Yeah, I feel like if I lived close to Disney, I would get it because I do like the colors of it, but I feel like it's just not something that I would wear on a day-to-day.
Super practical.
So, yeah.
Chrissy says, oh, it's purple as a no, look blue on my TV. Yeah, sorry. Maybe these pictures aren't the best. Nicole says, thumbs up, but would not buy it. Steve, cotton candy is a no-go. Denise says, if it was black, it would be 10,000 times better. I would agree. I think they sometimes kind of go way too out there with the colors, and then it's kind of like they just hope that you're going to buy it because it's the 100 years.
Yeah, it's like almost like a limited, like you have to buy it now or it'll be gone.
Yeah. So that's where we're at with that one. The next one is some ornaments. I am always up on ornaments. I love ornaments.
Into those.
And I love this character style. And then my also question with this was which one of them is your favorite if you had to pick one? But I am like super up. I love ornaments. This might be one thing that I buy because I do like these. I know that they did this, I think also for the 50th. It was like the same sort of character box, which I also like those and would maybe have one of those better. But I do like these. So it's a thumbs up for me.
Yeah, I like the Mickey and the Minnie a lot. I like that they look like super platinumed.
Yeah.
I feel like Donald and Daisy don't look like platinumed enough. Really?
Right.
So I like the Donald and Daisy, but I like them.
Yeah, I like them as well. We actually were looking for ornaments when we were just in Magic Kingdom and had a really tough time, and these are like a perfect alternative. Yeah. I really like the Goofy one. He's very animated. His legs outstretched. He's tipping his cap. Yeah.
What do you think, Heidi?
I think they're okay. I'm not sure. I don't know if I love the color, the platinum color. I really, really like the Walt Disney World 50th ones.
Yeah.
So I think that in my head I compare them and I don't like them as much, but they're fine. I feel like they're just mid.
There we go, mid. Michelle says it's nice, but not for me. I think that was about the Spirit jersey. Nicole says thumbs up. Daisy is number one. Christy says don't mind the color, but I don't buy light colors because I know I'll ruin it. Love spirit jerseys, but too expensive to ruin with a stain. There we go. Skylar says Daisy is adorable. Steve says Donald is the number one there. Michelle says I like these. Thumbs up. Denise says Mickey and Minnie do look really good. They're okay.
Was it Haley who like had ketchup on her shirt and she didn't even eat ketchup or something? Was
Me? Yeah, I constantly have stains on my shirt, and it's not even from me. I'll like drink water and have 7 different color stains on my shirt.
That is too
terrible.
funny. Christy says I think Donald and Daisy are best. There's some ornaments. I promise we're almost done. We'll get through some more. Here are the ears.
Oh, I like these.
Yeah.
I like these.
When I showed Heidi the ears, Heidi was like, I like these. And she doesn't like obviously buy ears because like we're not there often. But these are ones that I think that you would like.
Those,
yeah.
They're cool.
I like they released like I guess a D23, like the platinum merch with like the platinum dipped ears, and they are not for me.
No.
So I feel like this purple with the platinum is a better route for me.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a great shade of purple.
Yeah. And I didn't put those ones because those were also released like pictures of those like dip stuff, and I'm like, I'm not even showing those because those are just not it for us. Denise says, ooh, now those I like. There we go. Denise is on board on these. Skylar, thumbs up. I love those ears. And Nicole is thumbs up. These are also limited release and come in a box. So maybe you have to get them quick.
They're probably more expensive then too.
They are. And I was going to say the Spirit jersey, I don't know how much Spirit jerseys are, but that one was like $89.99, this 100 Years of Wonder one. I don't know if that's how much they always are.
I think are $80, $79.99. I think is the Spirit jersey price.
Okay, so and then these ears I think were maybe $39, which I don't know if that's normal price, but yeah. Michelle says they look very fancy and nice, but not for me. They are beautiful though. And Christy says don't love the purple, but I still think that they're pretty. We'll move on. There's another ornament here. I just want to show this one as well, but it has Chip and Dale, and it just says 100 Years of Wonder. There might be other ones with other characters, or this is the only one, but I know, like, was it you guys that said that you're not super big Chip and Dale?
I like them like character meet and greet, but like their merch isn't. I
think if you like Chip and Dale, like it would be really exciting. I don't really have an opinion.
There we go. So I think I'm also kind of mid. I would rather buy the other one with the other ones. You're up on this one?
I like this one better than the others.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I don't know why.
Okay. See, like everybody's coming through. Nicole, super thumbs up. Christy says, so cute. Denise, OMG, I love that ornament. They just got some charm, these boys, eh?
Yeah.
Look at these boys. Skylar says, I think I like this one more than the set. I love Chip and Dale, though. Every time I see Chip and Dale, I laugh because in one of our vlogs for Christmas, we were like walking through like the park at Christmas, and Chip and Dale were like up on the bridge by Country Bears, and some guy who must have been, I don't know where you can buy alcohol there, but he like was there for sure. And I said Merry Christmas to them, and he goes, hey boys, and he just stops and he goes, Merry Christmas, boys. And he was just, and then he like looks at me, and I'm like, okay. it was very funny.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you can hear in our video. Michelle says super cute, thumbs up. And Steve says they look off in the suits. That's funny. And I think our last piece of merchandise is this ear hat, which I could never pull off an ear hat, but I put it on here because it has the Disney 100. Yes, kids maybe would like this more so than me, a grown adult man. So I'm going to say thumbs down for me.
It's a thumbs down for me. I think it's funny though. I
don't like ear hats. I don't know how anybody wears them with the strap underneath. Like they've got to come up with a different design with like clips or something.
For sure. And I think if I came walking down Main Street with this on, it was going to be a sight for sore eyes. And a
purple sweatshirt.
Yes. No. Nicole says cute. So there we go. Nicole likes this one. Steve says a dunce guy. Very funny. Denise says don't care for that at all. So maybe this merchandise isn't hitting as much with the crowd, or it kind of is. We'll see what else that they release. But like I said, I think that the majority of this kind of like a celebration is going to be at Disneyland. We'll see what actually comes to.
When does it start? Do you know what month?
I'm pretty sure that next month is when they're bringing this stuff.
Well, you let us know if you want some of the merch. Maybe we'll see it.
Yeah. And then I think that you can meet those characters in their outfits at Disneyland. So maybe you guys will get to meet them as well. So
it'd be fun.
It'll be cool. Christy says, kind of cute. but definitely wouldn't buy it. And Michelle says, not for me. The other news that I saw today was that Splash Mountain got a closing date.
Yep.
And it's next month. It's like a quick turnaround. I think it's like the 23rd or something of next month, or like the 25th or something. It's coming very fast. And then that'll be closed for refurbishment to make way for the Tiana rides. That's
opening what? Spring 2024?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw like a scene mock-up, like
Yes.
drawing. Super cool. I was really into like what I saw. Yeah,
I would agree. I'm excited about it. So that's also some news. And then if you wanted to know our thoughts and you didn't hear about like Bob Iger and all that stuff, because that was kind of new, we did a stream on that. But yeah, like I just wanted to touch on some of the merch, like since it was just kind of brief stuff. But in terms of what's to come next, I think not next weekend, but the weekend after, we are going to do a Christmas live stream. We're not going to do it on the weekend actually of Christmas, but the weekend before, and we're going to do a holiday draft. We did one for Halloween, so we'll do a Christmas draft episode live stream where we'll draft some teams and pick some different things for some Christmas prompts. And we'll see who has the best team overall for Christmas. And then we won't have a stream, obviously, Christmas weekend, and then we'll have one coming back in the new year. Steve says that Splash was his ultimate favorite ride. So that'll be sad for Steve. That's going away. But good news is that it's not going to be like totally redone. Like it'll still be the ride system. Chrissy says, wish we would have ridden Splash one more time. That's fair.
I was going to say that I feel like they teased the closing for a long time. So people went on Splash Mountain and then it was like, oh, it'll be open for a while. And then they're like, oh, next month it's gone. So if you don't have a trip planned, oh well.
Feels a little sudden.
That's honestly sometimes what they do. That's for sure. But yeah, so Haley and Tommy, what's new with you guys then for this month? What do you got going on? Your wedding planning, you're going to Disney next weekend. So like I said, stay tuned for that. I'm going to try to put your links here down below.
Yeah, we've got Disney next weekend, kind of unexpectedly. My mom has a timeshare. She's got to use the points up before the new year. We almost squeaked into getting to go to EPCOT for New Year's Eve, but somebody swooped in and took the room before we could. So we'll go next weekend. We're doing EPCOT both days, Festival of the Holidays.
Very Festival of the Holidays centric.
We'll definitely
Christmas overlay centric.
We'll definitely be sure to update the Instagram probably more than our YouTube coming with that, just because we have so much going on. But we'll be there next weekend, and then we got a weekend of wedding planning, and then Christmas, and then
New Year's, and then
January. Yep, and then we've got 2 weeks in January, and then the wedding. So we're busy people over here.
My goodness. Well, there's their links, Instagram and YouTube. So definitely check those out because they're gonna, like they said, post some stuff next weekend. They're gonna give all the holiday stuff at EPCOT, which is always fun. I think that EPCOT does a good job for the holidays. And they'll get to ride the Guardians overlay, which I know nothing about. So
yeah, I've tried not to watch a whole lot on it. I think that it's not what I expected it to be from just like the murmurs that I hear. So we'll talk about that when we get back. But our YouTube should be more active in the new year because we definitely want to get those Disneyland vlogs out too. So that'll be fun. But yeah, the holiday overlay will be fun.
Yeah. So many fun things. So like I said, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for us. I think that on Monday, we're going to do our pins of the month, hopefully video, because that hasn't been done here. And then we're going to be having some other stuff come out before the live stream in 2 weekends. And then we'll have like a break at Christmas because we're going to go home to my family's house for Christmas. So we'll be there for like a week or so. So that'll be fun. So we're not going to have any videos, obviously, over Christmas. And we didn't do Vlogmas this year because we're just way too busy with school and stuff. And I don't even know how people do Vlogmas. Like I said, we did it one time or maybe 2 times, and it's just so busy. So hopefully you're finding some people to do Vlogmas that you like to watch if you want some content. But hopefully you enjoyed this live stream. We had so much fun ranking EPCOT. I'll pull that up one more time since that was what the whole stream was about. We can show you the stream one last time. Here is the updated tier list for the EPCOT attractions. And like I said, in the new year, we're going to do Magic Kingdom and rank all those. I think that'll be a tough one to rank. There's so many rides, so many different opinions. So that one will be very, very fun to talk about. So yeah, Denise has a comment here. I think she says it also just happens to be my kidney transplant anniversary that same day. It'll be 29 years next weekend. Oh, that is so nice, Denise. Congratulations on that. So fun. Steve says, night crew, always fun. Yes, this is always so fun. We appreciate it. Thanks to Haley and Tommy for being here with me and then with us after. And I'm so glad that Heidi could join for the little end part, but we just had the best time. So stay tuned for a new video, hopefully Monday, and then we'll tease us some more stuff about that live stream for the holidays. So yeah, if we don't see you guys in 2 weeks, thanks for joining us here tonight. And take it away, Heidi.
Oh, and remember, it's always sunny.
Yay.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.